everyone, it's Lexi, and if you saw my video from last Monday, you would have noticed that I did a completed series, and so I decided why not couple it with an uncompleted series. So this includes books that either don't have all the books, like all the books haven't been published yet, or I even haven't just gotten around to reading them. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Yeah, so to first start out, I first have the Rizzoli and Isles series by Tess, Gerritsen, and this is a continuing series. I've read all of the published books. The new one comes out at the end of August, so right now I'm up to date with the series, but it includes The Surgeon, The Apprentice, The Sinner, Body Double, Vanish, The Mephisito Club, The Keepsake, Ice Cold, The Silent Girl, and Last to Die, and then lastly Die Again as well. So the next series is the Gold Seer Trilogy by Carson, and I've read all of the published work. The next book comes out in October, I think, and that includes Walk on Earth a Stranger and Like a River Glorious. So next I have the Cormoran Strike series by Galberith, which is the pseudonym for J.K. Rowling, and I have read all of the published works in this. I think there should be a new one coming out in this year, maybe? I don't know, I haven't heard anything, but I'm really dying for this one to come out, and it includes The Cuckoo's Calling, The Silkworm, and Career of Evil. I then have read all of the published works for the Codename Verity series. There's like a prequel that's coming out in May, so that, by Elizabeth Wein, and that includes Codename Verity and Rose Under Fire. I then have the Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy by Sarah J. Maas, and up to this point only the first two books have been published. The final book comes out sometime in May, and that includes A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury. Next I have the Throne of Glass series, and I have read everything up to Empire of Storms, which is all that's been published right now. The sixth book was supposed, and final book was supposed to come out this September, but it got pushed back a year, so we're getting like a 5.5 like Kale book in between. But oh well, I've read everything that's been published so far, and that includes Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, and then The Assassin's Blade, which is like the novella that's kind of coupled along with the series. I then have the Diviners series by Libba Bray, and I've read everything that's been published right now. I think the third book comes out, I want to say in October maybe, but I have read everything that's been published up until this point, and that includes the Diviners and Layer of Dreams. Next I have the Scarpetta series by Patricia Cornwell, and I've read the first 16 books. I think there's maybe more than 15, 16, I don't know. They're still publishing books like in this series. I haven't read them all, but let me just read them off to you. I've read Post Mortem, Body of Evidence, All That Remains, Cruel and Unusual, The Body Farm, From Potter's Field, Cause of Death, Unnatural Exposure, Point of Origin, Black Notice, and The Last Precinct. Yeah, I just looked and there's 23 books in this series, so I'm a little less than halfway through this series, but oh well. Next is the Temperance Brennan series by Reichs, and there's 18 books in this series, and I have read first 8. So I've read the first 8 of this series, and that includes Deja Den, Death du Jour, Deadly Decisions, Fatal Voyage, Grave Secrets, Bare Bones, Monday Morning, and Crossbones. So next is the Detective D.D. Warren series by Lisa Gardner, and I've only read 1 out of the 10 published books, and that is Alone. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what some of your unfinished series are, or if you think there's some that I need to check out. So yeah, don't forget to check out my completed book series that I'll have linked down below and up here and all that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!